here in this match.
Yep, the roadmap and the winning image for both NEXTPLAY EVOS and RSG are clear as day. But only one of them can take game one. Here we go, the opener for day 3. The crowd is loving it. H2 and Demon Kite starting purple.
All right, so here we go on to the first match of the day. And I have to admit that I miss H2O on the Fanny. It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a hot minute. He is one of the most prolific assassin players in the league. And everyone is excited for this guy so far.
And I love the love in the crowd now. Now there's a big advantage coming out from RSG in the early stages that in a way they can use this Paquito in this to get kills onto the side lanes, and with Beatrix being a solid killer at any point in the game, this means that they can work around with that. But that's also true with NEXTPLAY EVOS. They have the Fanny. If they utilize this Ruby and Eve combo in the early to the mid stages where they have ultimates, gonna be dealing so much damage, and then the Fanny can close it all out. To add to that, they have this Phobius that can just make any teamfight winnable for NEXTPLAY EVOS once he has his ultimates. But that means NEXTPLAY EVOS are so cooldown dependent.
That is true. So at that point, you have to really get your items first, right?
Yeah.
You got to get the book first if you want to go for the fights. Same here with a lot of the damage output that was going to come from Donut. Obviously, the itemization is just heavily reliant on that gold lane. But we have Light, obviously, wants to get some action. That was a very early aggression here. Coming in from MLBB, but he's so confident. And this is why H2O, he's on the fly. Mycophobia inside will mean that RSG are going to have to pull it back a little bit. But that was pretty hot. I mean, they can feel it. We can feel it right here.
They can feel it. They know that they can utilize this Fanny in almost any instance in this game as long as he has his energy, and we saw how he's able to force out the members of RSG. However, because of their efforts into the bottom lane, they kind of leave open the turtle find this Aqua.
That's what we're talking about, that level 4.
H2 with the steal!
And the steal! Oh my goodness, the retribution is real. H2O still proving that he still got it.
So far, all of the moves on the map are going sideways, 50-50, but this dive plus the turtle. Oh, did he?
Yep, he did. He got it against all odds once more, just proving to everyone once more that he is definitely in the running for one of the best jugglers in the world.
For H2, as Natscat steals it, but
yeah,
it's a Uranus.
And again, Phobius is really just gonna scratch the surface of that bad boy.
Yep.
So we can't expect that to happen later on. But the more surprising fact is that Donut's being very aggressive on the bot side earlier.
Yep.
That's so much confidence, again, that I mentioned earlier before the draft on his team.
He knows that he has instant backup, courtesy of Mycophobia as well as this Fanny. H2 can go for the punish. Like the fact that Donut's actually being very aggressive right now.
Yeah, a little bit of a BMI is to spot people out, but not going to be helpful. Mycophobia is low. Again, in not any big danger yet.
So far, we're seeing how that Kufra is paying off. If that was a Franco, they could not have pushed back on the 4. If it was a Franco, they could have just hoped for a hook. But this was all a good setup because RSG, they got 3 dudes up top. Look at the chip shield damage.
Yeah. The gold, actually, in all of this, all the actions that RSG is doing is resulting in a very high gold lead, at least in 4 minutes. We got H2O trying to make a difference here. Obviously, we've seen the burst that Aqua can provide on that Kagura is very solid. You cannot sleep on Aqua right now.
Yep. Every time the NEXTPLAY EVOS are making a move on other parts of the map, it seems like RSG are reacting to it in a trading kind of manner as they went in for the top lane. In fact, they know that there will be no backup come top lane. That's why Demon Kite played mids on the top lane against the turrets. It's able to actually give so much of a lead for RSG. 1K at 4 minutes is considerably high.
That's true. With Nats with the, recall BM right there in the faces of his opponents, while the rest of his team just slides on over the turtle. Quick take there.
It'll be important for NEXTPLAY to keep this bottom lane up, but Donut still receives the damage though.
Does. Kosei, interestingly enough, usually you'd want to fake that, but go straight up. I think that was just like a little bit of a, a chest puff maneuver here.
Oh.
To be careful now if you are RSG because this Claude, you need to put attention on him.
That's what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about. This is what a Kufra does against a Fanny, and we talked about it before the draft, during the draft rather. It is very punishing.
And so far, that pickoff resulted in a turret take up top. And again, the amount of manpower the RSG is committing is leading to this huge lead. It's about 3K now. Earlier, it was 1 in 3 minutes. Now it's 3 under 6.
That's without any kills happening at this point. All of that is through turret, through outer turret energy shields, and minions. Right now, even though NEXTPLAY does seem potent with that Fanny, they're still finding a hard time making any picks.
Yep. The advantages of winning the first few minutes of the game, the laning stage that we're talking about, the first 5 minutes where there's outer turret energy shields, you get gold that you cannot get from anywhere else because that expires after 5 minutes. That's why you get teams that win the laning stage get so much economic advantage.
That's true. And right now in the mid lane, we got James just wailing on a light. And again, the Phobius is making its payoff here. Although again, all of this is just reactions being done by NEXTPLAY at this point.
Yeah, that's an expensive clapback, especially underneath a tier 1 turret. You took down the least prioritized target. I mean, Light has been carrying quite a bit of weight in the early game, in the laning stage. But still, he's going to make it back in time for this third Lord.
Yeah, this turtle is going to be very, very important. Because right now, we are in the point where NEXTPLAY needs these kills. They need to make this Fanny pick worth it. Because in the later parts of the game, no one's going to get assassinated by one hit on the Fanny anymore. So they are running on the clock.
Oh, definitely. In the latter portions, maybe they are going to be backing on Donut, but that will come so later on. And like I said, they are so cooldown dependent!
Oh, the assassin just got assassinated there. Beautiful pullback there by Mikafobia with the eye defended. And we got damage output for days as Donut does blaze him out. Straight to the face. We got Light in trouble once more. Yelly Haze. And a beautiful flame shot cleans it up from the Phobius. Everywhere on the map, NEXTPLAY just has something in the pocket.
I love it. 2 for 3. So far, they do trade out for a turret down bottom. James is doing something in mid. The later clapback on Yelly Haze. H2 coming in. I think even NEXTPLAY EVOS is getting onto what RSG is thinking. They're going for trades. They're going for late game exchanges. But again, I think that 3K gold lead, you're still seeing it in effect. That's still a full item at least.
That's true. And they're sustaining very well, right? I mean, despite the clapbacks looking from back and forth from both teams, that goal lead did not move.
Yeah.
So that means either team actually pretty 50-50 on that.
Yep. And the reason why they got the 50-50 is because of Mikaphobia's counter. But Demon Kite able to assassinate. Look at that. I'm offended. Under the turret, Yellow Haze with the damage, he immediately gets into the real-world manipulation form and then able to equalize. Unfortunately, they overstayed their welcome. Already, Mats and Gusei have set up shop under their turret. And the two were able to get a kill. And then when they transferred into the mid lane, guess what? They got another kill. This is the reason why RSG finally gets a, I think undeniably, wins the early stages of the game.
We're slowly moving into mid. I think the mid game is what's going to go a little faster for RSG, given that it's undeniable Demon Guy can burst people down. Kosei is going to make the most of that Weapon Master. And H2 here in trouble once more.
And H2 is just not having a fun day. Just because everyone can kind of burst him down instantly, just like Mikafobia. And considered it, he is the tank. Mikafobia evaporated there against Kosei.
Ouch, James.
Ouch.
Misses the mark on the Astro's Eye, meaning to say this Demonic Force will not be refreshed. And Kosei didn't even have to commit his flicker right there.
He just
man.
moved.
There you go. This is what we're talking about.
Woo!
Usually a Paquito would have made a big mark there. Donut surviving by the skin of his teeth against the Paquito and the Uranus.
Even Nats couldn't catch him. He was just swerving, moving left and right like Brand should have. But again, at least it turned into a free Lord.
Can I just give it an observation? They're moving at a very irregular pace. I don't know if you guys noticed this. They seem to be taking fights in very weird times.
Yeah.
And it's not big on fights. It's just one-off each and every time. They seem to be committing consistently.
And slowly but surely, I think it's RSG who's going to come out if this keeps happening. Because NEXTPLAY EVOS is not ready.
Yeah, they can't seem to answer the flow of RSG right now, right?
Yep. Aqua's flow. They need their own flow, courtesy of H2 for sure. As a 0-2 start to a Fanny is unacceptable. He only has one full item at this point. You don't want to see that from your leader, let alone your jungler. Especially if he's playing a tempo-based hero. This Fanny needs some kills. But at this point, with so much defensive items, for example, a Wind of Nature for Kusei, dominant size on the Uranus, of course the incoming armor again from Demon Tide, it's gonna be very difficult to score some assassination kills on the Fanny at this point.
Oh. And yes, RSG does not get what they wanted, no inhibitors down, but the map is all red, it's all theirs.
Yeah, massive map control. That lead from Freak we're talking about earlier, reaching almost 9. Very
snap.
All of this is with passive movement, passive gameplay, right? And I don't know what they can do against this Beatrix. No one can actually reach the backline without any big movements, like a big obvious jump, or again H2O going to the back, which is, I think at this point, he's very hesitant. Can you feel the hesitation of this guy?
You can smell it.
You can smell it. Maybe because of the fact that Light is always protecting his teammates. Look at him, it's always in the vicinity we're in. He can land a bouncing ball, so if ever H2 does come to the backlines, he does have a way to defend his teammate.
And that's the thing, that's the beauty of how RSG drafted. If this was a Sicilian on Aqua, he would need protection, but no, it's actually just Kosei who needs protection this whole time.
That's right.
So Light is making like Kevin Costner from the movie The Bodyguard.
Yep. You should watch that though. Anyway.
I haven't, it was way before my time. I only saw it on my mom's shelf.
Yeah, I mean,
VHS tape.
there's nothing wrong with watching old movies.
No,
especially when it's
Especially
with your...
the classics.
Yeah, the classics.
You're right.
So guys, just a little bit of a heads up.
I mean,
That's
the
a good
references might not be understood by the people right now, but it's nice to...
Look it up.
Look it up.
Look it up.
Look it up.
Google it. Anyway, for the meantime, again, NXP is in full defensive mode. I don't think they're gonna go out anytime soon on this base. Normally, a team like this would do is they would go on defensive and just wait for the enemy team to commit a mistake. And you're talking about MSC champions and Season 9 champions, so I don't know if that's gonna be a thing here. That's gonna be a tall order here for NXP.
The thing about NXP is they have at least mid pushed. So maybe H2 can slowly work on top lane. That's already taken down. And he can make like a Ling. This Fanny can make like a Ling and just start clearing waves, run away. But the way RSG is playing, again, you're covering these bushes so well. Like, Light's gonna stay here. This is an artery. This is a main artery for NEXTPLAY EVOS. And then the other dudes can just burst you. Save for Nats. Nats can just at least report. He's here.
You know what? H2O's not doing it. He's not going out of the map. He's not trying to go for any long pushes on the lanes.
I think he can.
What are they? I think what NXP is doing is they're holding him as like big DPS in the big team fight later on.
So that kind of positioning coming out from Light, there was a meme from before, but we call this the smart position.
That's the smart position.
Yeah. As Raflisha actually stayed in that position so many times because there's a smart logo in there, and the fact that it is actually covering so much.
On the mirror side, yes.
That's
on
right.
this wall over here to the left.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's why it's the
smart
position. I like to call it the smart bush. How about we name bushes now, right?
We'll get there.
Well, not literally now, but
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Off camera.
yeah.
All right, so
Look, a Luminous Lord.
a Luminous Lord is walking on their base. It's a very empty base. And again, I'm still looking for the function of the Fanny, but right now RSG is just chilling.
Yeah.
They're very chilled, not committing at all.
Yeah.
Just like that guy you met on the dating app. Anyway, so
Don't ask me.
yes,
Not a real story at all.
not a real story. Anyway, I don't know how long they can keep this up. What's RSG waiting for? That's a big question. What are they waiting for right now?
I think they are respecting the fact that there is the Blazing Duet to clear the waves and punish heroes at the same time. And that's very true with Yelly Haze. And they know that NEXTPLAY EVOS are known for this, for these NEXTPLAY way segues whatsoever. So RSG are completely respecting NXP EVOS right now. So what are they waiting for? Maybe for NEXTPLAY EVOS to get out of their base finally, smoke them out, and then punish them afterwards.
You know what you mentioned? That is what RSG is doing. They're respecting the split push potential, and there's a quick skirmish in the top lane. And in the jungle is this. Oh,
boy. You know what they also have to respect? That Renner shot, man, put Mikophobia in half.
Yeah.
He's
That's a
supposed to be the
tank.
main tank of this
Exactly.
team. That is scary right now.
They're famished. Next play EVOS will only have like the minions that are pressing against them. And if RSG decides to go for the classic lane freeze, even those minions will be diminished. The economy is just gonna inflate in RSG's favor if this keeps on happening.
And slowly they are. I mean, they're pushing what's necessary so that it's safer for this Lord take. And you know how crazy ahead RSG is? They're 2 Lords ahead. This Lord that's spawning, it's not even evolved yet, so it does not have the static damage.
Yeah.
And they're gonna take it so quickly too.
Yeah, they don't seem to care. They
This-
are just gonna take what they can on the map.
16-minute Lord.
They're so ahead that Kuse actually holds a push that's quite in the front lines if you think about it.
Yeah.
crazy.
Basically, just like Hawkeye, man. He's on the roost.
Yeah. My God, RSG.
Third Lord under 16.
Let's talk. This is discipline at its finest. They are ahead. I mean, a lot of teams will just
Try to walk up on mid. Yeah.
battering ram your way into victory. Might lose a hero whatsoever, but RSG, I think they want to set a record on the most or the highest gold lead
Right
a
now,
team that can have over the other.
no doubt they could probably do that right now.
Could
As
this
long as
be
they
it?
keep it clean and crisp on the big team
Could
fight.
this be the last one?
God.
Possibility here. James Z's jumping. We got the demonic force. He is on the roost, and once more we got a big fight on the backside, and James Z's doing his very, very best, but very unlikely will be returning any results here. At least for the meantime, they're holding steady. Lord is very low, so I don't think there's gonna be any ending push yet.
Whoa!
As long as they stay alive.
Wait.
NXP. Oh my goodness! Look at Asian Wolf.
Oh wait, they're not done. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, a
was-
close call.